I love it. I love it. Okay, so now that we have the mask off, so in your kit, you're gonna see that you have a day cream and a night cream. So the day cream actually has SPF 30 in it. And then the night cream, it gives you kind of like, it has like the anti-age fighting boosters and all that good stuff in there. So we're actually going to use the night cream. So what you want to do is just take a little bit of the night cream. Always take about a pea-sized amount. And so in your kit, you should be able to have at least 2 uses of that night cream in there. And then I put some on my chin, cheeks, nose, and forehead. And then you just want to kind of rub it in an upward motion, just making sure that it absorbs really good into the skin. And then also make sure to avoid your eye area because we have an eye cream for that.
Okay, which one I was supposed to be using? I'm sorry.
You're fine. The night cream. The night cream.
Okay.
And then so in the morning, you should have enough cleanser for the morning too. So in the morning after y'all cleanse, you can go ahead and use the SPF 30. So even in the fall, winter months, you still want to make sure that you're putting SPF on your skin. It is recommended by dermatologists to at least do SPF 15. So you're like double covered with this one because it's SPF 30. Okay. And so our final step is going to be our eye cream. And so this is going to help with like the crow's feet, puffiness, dark circles, wrinkles, all that stuff that we don't want. And so you're going to put that on your ring finger, just a little dot size amount. And then you're going to gently just kind of dab it under each of your eyes until it absorbs. And you want to make sure that you're actually using a cream that's formulated for your eye, because actually moisturizer that you just use for the rest of your face, it actually adds to the puffiness if you put that underneath your eye. So that's something that I've learned when, with doing this all these years. And I've actually been wearing Mary Kay since I was 15. So I'm 33 now. So I've been wearing it for a long time. Yep. So you just want to make sure it's absorbed. And then now your face is like, hey, girl, thank you, child.
Can you say that again about the puffiness under your eye?
Yes. So when you use a regular moisturizer that's not formulated for your eye, that actually adds to the puffiness in your eye. So you want to make sure that you're using a cream that's formulated just for your under eye area.
Thanks.
You're welcome, honey. All right. Do I have any other skincare questions or anything like that? Did y'all enjoy it? Y'all feel good? Y'all feel great? I can't hear Katasha. She on mute. Look, she's saying.
I love it. It smells good too.
Yes, oh my gosh, I love it. And especially like in the morning when you're just waking up and you're giving yourself that, that spa experience in your bathroom, that light scent just kind of awakens your senses. So you'll see in the morning too when you use it. It's beautiful.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Do I have any other questions or anything like that? No. Well, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and put my website in the chat here. Thank y'all so much for putting your email addresses on there. So like I said, everyone that attended this session tonight, you will get something in your email from me, just as a little token of my appreciation, thanking you ladies for coming tonight. And then if you have a small business or anything like that, go ahead and pop that in the chat too, because we definitely want to support you and your small business. And if you want to get the kit that you used tonight or anything like that, or the mask or anything like that, you can pop that in the chat, and then just stay a little bit, maybe 5 minutes or so afterwards, and we can go ahead and take care of that for you too. Okay?
Yes, and then make sure you inbox me your email addresses. I mean your addresses, home addresses. I know where you live, Denise.
Well, I live down the street.
Yeah, yo, so you live next. You live. Don't forget about you.
At the end from Deneen Lamb.
Oh, I didn't know you lived that close.
Uh-huh.
I should have just drove over there today. I had to get.
Mo, do you have my address?
I got you. I got yours.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm gonna come back. I'll come. I already owe you some stuff, so I.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys.
And Miss Kathy, I see you said you wanted to get the kit. So I want what? Let me see. Did you put your email?
I got one for him. I'll bring it to him tomorrow.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So Tiff, you do makeup?
Yes. So I really specialize in skincare, but I also do like makeup as well. So yep. But my specialty is skincare, because I believe in taking care of the skin underneath, before you put your makeup on. So I like the looks that I give are like just natural, just kind of enhancing that beauty that's already there. So,
Hey.
So you want to get beautified? We're gonna do some makeup.
Now you're in South Carolina?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm in Georgia. But I can definitely, I do a lot of, because with COVID and everything, I do a lot of virtual makeup sessions. So I show ladies, how to apply their makeup, so it's not like cakey and all that stuff, just to kind of give that natural glow. So we can definitely set that up too.
No.
And that was Miss Kathy, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I was looking up like, let's make sure.
So my birthday coming up December 28th. So I'm gonna need a nice little makeover. I hope out this chair and move. Now, if I'm moving around, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna have to get my session after the fact because I'm going dancing. Off the rip.
Do it, yes, honey, do it.
Oh,
you deserve it.
Yeah, in a 2-piece. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, do that too. Do it.
You're really showing out, right?
You already know. Tasha, you gonna be with me? What you talking about?
Right. I ain't gonna be no 2-piece because I'm fat
yes,
as I'll
we
get
are.
out, but we're gonna be in
Yeah,
the
you go,
ATL
Mo.
chilling. Yes,
Say it
we're gonna be
again,
in
Miss
the ATL chilling.
Oh, girl.
Last time I spent my birthday in New York with Miss Cynthia, me and Tasha almost froze to death.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Never again. I would never go to New York in December. Ever. Never. I'm still traumatized.
We can go to
I
Savannah.
want to go like during the Christmas months. I want to go like, of course, when all this is over, but I want to go like to experience like the big old trees, and I love Christmas lights and all that. But y'all say
In
it's
New
super
York or
cold.
where?
In New York, yeah.
Oh.
Look at Tasha like I ain't going.
No, not in December. Never,
Got the
ever
rain
again.
too.
What about
Never.
January? January, is it good?
No,
in
it has to
No.
be it has to be coming into spring and summer. Yes.
But then I'm not gonna be able to see the Christmas lights.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's
You,
in
you
Christmas
and Mo
Carol.
can go. And then y'all just tell me about it.
Look, we'll FaceTime you.
Yes, please. And she does.
So my sister Betsy, you guys have anything you want to say?
Guys, so much. I appreciate
Thank
you.
y'all for letting the civilian in.
Yes.
Look, thank y'all for letting us.
You know we love you, Katasha.
Yeah, thank you.
I love y'all.
Yes, y'all are
too,
welcome.
Lyric.
Thank y'all for
Lyric,
being
you
here.
ready to sign up? Raise your right hand.
Look,
Go Air Force though. Don't go Army. Don't go
Trying to
Army.
enlist you. Trying to enlist you.
Put a hand
Don't go
down.
Army. Go Air Force.
Do I
Air
get a
Force.
gun?
You get a
Look,
gun.
Mo, I thought you were talking about Mary Kay. Girl, I was getting my sheets out.
Look, Denise still in. She can sign you up. Lyric, you ready?
Okay.
But Denise is in which one? She in Army or she in Air Force?
She gotta wait till
Girl,
January.
Tasha, listen to
Who
me.
is
And
Miss
listen,
Denise?
Tasha, listen to me very clear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We are all Army except for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. I digress.
You don't get no love over here.
Right.
You
You're right.
I'll
I'll stay in my place.
We go at it all the time, y'all. We just
Look, as you were. As you were. As you were.
Yeah, so that's all we wanted to do is get on and have a little fun.
Yes.
Boy, y'all too coked up with the cold.
That's mine that I couldn't find. It was on the floor.
And
Oh,
make sure
where's
everybody,
that?
Definitely fun.
you know,
It's
just
in the
hold
purse,
out.
but I use the rest of it for my eye.
So I would just say, what is she doing over there? Listen, I hope you signed the liability statement because Tiffany is, there's no insurance claims going. If you got that stuff in your eye, you are on your.
Who got? I said the boy.
That was
Look,
eyelash.
I kept saying avoid your eye.
We can get liability statements next time. There's some videos you gotta watch.
No,
them.
she said only eyelash.
I'm not giving up none of my VA check. I just want you to know. Okay, I don't get enough as it is. Now, but for those of you guys who are listening out there, let me get my little pity bit of a spiel or whatever. Y'all know I do a little talk. Meet your mic. So you need just me on the camera. All right. So yeah, so for everybody's out there in the YouTube world and also out there in Facebook and social media, this is the time of the year. There's a lot of things going on to include COVID. One of the things that plague us as veterans is suicide. Make sure you're looking after your buddies. If you know someone who's a veteran, make sure, even if you just have to text them, inbox them. If you don't want to call them, every now and then check on them, because this is serious times. We're getting ready to go into the holidays. And so on top of the suicide rate, we also have the COVID. And with COVID, many people aren't privy to being at funerals or actually being at their loved one's side when they're getting ready to transition. So this time of the year gets to be a little bit emotional for me due to the fact of having individuals who either have gone through a suicidal situation or someone who's actually passed due to COVID. And so I definitely wanted to make sure I did my due process and reached out to all my sisters in arms who I've either served with or at some capacity met along the transition and along the way. So on a serious note and a high five note, we're also in a time coming up after the election where we've just had the privilege of we will have the privilege of having our first VP female, right? And so with that being said, knowing what I know in the government contract world and in the grant world, they've already started putting out contracts on behalf of women-owned small businesses, disadvantaged own small business, minority owned small businesses, and service disabled veteran small businesses. And so if you are in business, whether you are a sole proprietor, independent contractor, self-employed, or you have an S Corp or a C Corp, this is the time to get your businesses in order. Making sure that you have articles of incorporation with the Secretary of State. You have a business license with either the city or county, depending on where your business is housed. EIN number with the IRS. Make sure you tap into your DUNS number, which is with the Dun & Bradstreet, which is not a government agency, but the government relies on that 9-digit code to identify your business for business credit purposes, as well as the CAGE code, which happens in beta.sam.gov, right? And at a minimum, that's what you need to get involved with either any government or contractual services or a grant. Now, to follow up with that, what's happening is that there's a lot of CARES Act money that's still available and that's still out there. So if you're filing, I know in the past you have been told, take a loss, take a loss, take a loss. However, if they do another stimulus packet and they release that PPP, you can apply for the PPP if you are self-employed, independent contractor, or sole proprietor, meaning you either 1099 yourself or you receive a 1099 from someone else. The key to is that on your Schedule C, on line 31, if you have a net profit, you take that amount divided by 12, multiplied by 2.5, and that will be the amount that you qualify for. That's if the stimulus gets passed again and you get that PPP opportunity. If you have, if you do not have, if you took a loss and you do not qualify for the PPP, then that means you still have the economic injury disaster loan, where all of those documentation apply. If you're going to qualify for something more than $25,000, then you will not have to submit any documentation. However, if your dollar amount goes over $25,000, they're going to want to see your 4605T, which is the tax transcript. Or if you give them your tax paper, they're gonna reach out to the IRS and match those tax documents. They may even ask for a business license, and they may even ask for articles of incorporations. All of those documents will qualify you for whatever amount in loan that the SBA gives out. And so there's a small business opportunity and there's a nonprofit opportunity. The small business has the 3.75% interest rate, and the nonprofit has the 2.75% interest rate, which you're liable for over a 30-year period, right? And so you don't start making that payment until a year later, right? So all of that opportunity is there. It's on the table now, and it's going to be for future to come. You also have your states who have some of the same and similar money who's offering in a form of a grant. The difference between applying for the federal and applying for the state funding is that the state will want you to put together a budget. Now, don't get stuck. Don't get, oh my God, what is this budget? What is a reimbursable receipts? What is year-to-date budget? What is the budget for a particular time period? Don't let that stump you. So what I would recommend and suggest you do is you start going through your business income and your business expenses. It's as simple as doing it on a piece of paper, taking out Excel, or using a Word document. Document it down and then go through by month, right? Income and expenses, take it from January calendar year all the way to December. So when those grants come out again, you will be already ready. And the only thing that they're doing is saying, okay, we're gonna compensate you, or we're gonna do a reimbursement to you from March to October. So I need you to send me numbers from March to October. Then they'll say, okay, I need you to send me a year-to-date budget, which means you're going from January to October, or they'll say, I need a budget for 2019 and 2020. Don't get stumped on that. All it is your income and business expenses by month, right? The total amount. The easiest way for you to decide what's an operation expense, what's a facility expense, what's a PPE expense, is for you to pull down a Schedule C. Even if you got an S Corp or C Corp, pull down a Schedule C, look at those line items, and you document your expenses in particular, because for revenue, you only have sales of products and sales of service, and maybe you got investments, or you have loan, or you have grants coming in. The expenses is where everybody gets stumped. So you look at a Schedule C, you look at the line items, right? You got advertising, you got car and truck expense, you got commission, you got transportation, you got legal and professional, you got supplies, you got travel meals, you got contractual service, you got rental and lease, you got interest, you got utilities, all of those different expenses. So you take an Excel, you take a Word, or you take an actual document, and you start to list them out now. Get all of your documents I said before. Let me give you the summary. Secretary of State, which is your articles of incorporation. If you have an original, you change the name, you change the member, you change the owner, then you need the amendments as well. You need your business license, city or state, or maybe you don't have one. Your DUNS number, your EIN number. You're going to need the document. These are things that they're weaning us out, especially in our community. If you cannot put your hand on your EIN document, you need to contact the IRS like yesterday, right? Let them know. You either call them, sit on the phone for that whole hour, let them know so they can fax you another copy, or if they put it in the mail, it's going to take 30 days. You have from now, November the 11th to December the 31st, because once the new president raise their hand, get sworn in, January the 21st, that stuff going to start hitting the table. And I can almost assure you that most of that funding is going to come out in educational. Why? Because Joe Biden's wife is an educator. First, she's going to be the first lady if that's how it continues to go. Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is an attorney. So they're going to focus a lot on reentry stuff. They're going to focus a lot on HBCU type avenue stuff, and they're going to focus a lot on incubators for small businesses. And so you want to prepare now. So when that comes out, they're not even asking you to do a grant proposal. They're just asking you for simple documents to have. And oh, by the way, a business bank account. So if you're operating business and you're only operating it from your personal account, go on and switch that over, get your business bank account designated, and do not be weaned out for those purposes, because that could be seed money. That could be startup money. That can just be capital that you have available, that if you need to be in and out and about once COVID is over, you will have the money to be able to do what you do. And if I talk too fast and I said too much, I do this live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So you guys can catch it again at that time. Or because you came on my live and participated, I do classes which are not live every Tuesday from 7 to 8. And you can participate and join in, learn the information, and go out and be great. Because the women had the opportunities before. In New York, 25% of those contracts has to go to women owned. In Texas, 25% of those federal contracts has to go women owned. So what I recommend and suggest you ladies do, especially if you're into business, even if it's from a training perspective, I have my officers on the line. Their skill set speaks for itself. They usually get into the consultant realm of things. That even if you partner from a training, those training opportunities, we just finished a contract with Commission of the Blind. Let me just give you a little, how many minutes about? Got 5 minutes. Give you a little tidbit on how this works, a little testimony. So I got a phone call. Everybody knows I do virtual call center. Well, I don't do it. I taught people to do it. Tiffany has a call center. You still got it, right? Tiffany still has a call center. Her friend Shonda, she's watching live, but she's driving. She has her call center. Janisa has hers. So I got to call, hey, listen, we want to teach virtual call center. Get this, to visually impaired. And me, I'm not turned down no opportunity because I'm a soldier. I've been taught to take every mission and conquer it. So I took the challenge. We put together a workbook. Well, not we. Janisa already had a workbook, employable training workbook. We took her workbook and I mirrored it with some scenarios. And we got on a Zoom, just where we are right now, did a 4-week contract. I won't tell you the amount live, right? With the Commission of the Blind to teach visually impaired individual that had different capacity virtual customer service. This is not just your time. This is not just opportunity. If you have a skill set, I mean, you've been working a job for however long and you're a subject matter expert, here's what you do. You put together a program, 4-week, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 12-week, 8-week, whatever your heart desire, and you pitch that. When you see this funding start coming out, you go and you speak to these individuals. This is what you have. I'm going to tell you, the demographics that get left behind are those who either have a disability, some type of disability, or their IEP, or there's some type of, the Nina is an educator. She could probably speak to that. The at-risk students, those IEP students, after school programs, whether it's beauty, whatever. Tiffany goes into sister, I said it right? Sister care. Wait, you going to the domestic violence shelter?
Domestic violence, well, with COVID now, but before COVID, yes. And
right.
In the nursing homes too.
In the nursing homes. So whether it's in nursing, whether it's in coding, whether it's in early childhood education, whatever you into, whatever you know, or whatever skill set you can offer, create a workbook. It works, I know. Another testimony, Dr. Johnson had a re-entry. I took all his PowerPoints, made a workbook out of it. He taught it for 2 years. We got a grant. Midlands Tech instructor, paid Midlands Tech instructor to do it. University of South Carolina gave it a continuous education stamp, right? So now the program is a continued education program. So when those people come out of jail, whether it's a male or female, and they go through the 8-week program, they get 2 CPE credit hours, right? And then he created a staffing agency with it. And with the staffing agency, he talked to different employees to get them hired. That's not just power. That's not just economic power. That's Black power. And if you want to see your community get out of this situation where it is, you got to start creating the programs, and you got to start connecting, because that's where the money is going to come from. It's going to come programmatic. It's going to be available. If you guys need more information, I'll put you in my group. Get on the lives on Tuesday. Tasha could tell you. I trained her to death or whatnot. She has a home health care business. She has a transportation business. And then you can learn more. And we also get into investments. And so you can learn more on how you can get involved. Because I'm telling you, you're going to watch this unfold. Women is going to be like the woman. And the men is going to have to work with you. You're going to have to be on top, and they're going to have to take that 49%. You want to take that 51% or whatever, or that 25%. And as much as they don't like it, that's how it's going to come out. And so that's why I do what I do and share the information I share, because in order for you guys to make it and you be successful with it, you have to get your business in order. So I'm getting ready to do some non-emergency transportation and partner with some male veteran owners, right? And we're just gonna slide in the dough. And I know I weigh heavy because I am. So get this, right? Once you get your businesses together, your LLCs, your LLCs or your corporations or your whatever you're doing, you're gonna certify minority business owned, woman business owned, small business owned, service disabled, vet owned. That's 4 certifications out the gate. It's like having a resume with a job, right? You get the degrees, the associates, the bachelors, the masters, the PhD, right? The business is the same way. So you guys want to be great. Y'all keep doing great things. Let's get ready to get this funding. Let's get ready to empower our community. And most of all, empower your household. You guys be blessed. You stay safe. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Peace. Normally I play some music on the way out, but look like I'm moving a little slow right now.
Yeah. Good night,
Y'all
everyone.
have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Mo.
Have a good night.
Thank y'all.
Who is that late?
Can't understand how it lasts so long.
Who is that? Angel, you is late, girl. You late. We was only on for an hour. I'm about to get off the stream. We just did a whole stream. I have to give it to you earlier next time. We about to get off. Uh-oh, not that. I shouldn't be playing that. Don't be a hater. Get off my stream, girl. I'm about to get off. I got another stream. Peace.